up, nerds? Let's talk.
Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days
Welcome back to Anime Review. My name is Alden, and today is my, as of right now, top 5 anime main characters. Number 5, Ken Kaneki, Tokyo Ghoul. Now, this anime itself is very like gory, is very brutal. So if you're not looking for that kind of thing, or if you haven't seen it, I suggest, if that's not your kind of thing, then don't watch it. But if you are looking for something that's a little bit more, pushing past the, kid friendly or whatever, then please watch this anime. Ken Kaneki is a great main character. He starts off as just this unassuming kid, whatever, and like that his life changes. I'm not going to tell you how because whatever. But you see the progression and character development that he goes through and the inner battles he faces within himself and how he motivates a group of people to not only just try to beat another group of people, but try to, surpass the old ways. And maybe even bring two sets of people together, which is something a lot of protagonists don't really do, They really just, want to beat the bad guy or whatever. But Ken Kaneki is, one of the very few anime main characters where, his anime kind of allows it. But, in retrospect, he doesn't have to do the things he does to try to bring people together, but he does. And it's amazing to watch just him develop throughout the story. Now, he also has, like most, good people in whether it be anime, cartoons, movies, TV shows, whatever. He goes through this point where you're like, damn, is he a bad guy now, or do I still root for him as the good guy, or do I root for him as the bad guy? So it's just fun to watch. He goes through. I'm gonna keep hinting at this word, but I'm gonna keep saying this word, but character development, because he goes from this to this. Like, if you've seen it or if you end up watching it, comment down below if you've seen him go from this to that. Like, it's ridiculous to watch, and it was great to watch because you saw over the period of time, how each little thing he did helped him develop. So that's who my number 5 is. Okay, so number 4 is Yusuke Urameshi, Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, Yusuke Urameshi reminds me of, hell, everybody when they're, going through their beginning teenage years, because he's rebellious. He doesn't want to do anything that his authority tells him to do. But at the end of the day, what's good for the greater good, he's like, I might as well do it, whatever. He has his start in the anime is kind of, it's pure fantasy. Like, this could never happen. Well, watch and let me know what you think, because the way it starts off is just crazy. But he develops friendships with people that you couldn't think that he'd be friends with, and it's kind of similar to Ken Kaneki in a way, because at the end of the anime he kind of develops a friendship between the people that he's supposed to be enemies with. You see what I'm saying? So it's another anime, great to watch. It's an older anime, so if you have a problem, if they're not crisp, animations, I suggest you get over that, because there's a lot of old anime that are great. But, it is an older anime. The voice acting is great, by the way, like, aside from him as a character, but the voice acting is great. He goes through a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of inner growth, which you're going to see a theme here among the, top anime characters, because main characters, like the top guy, the protagonist, or even the antagonist, they go through a lot of inner development. So that's I could say that about every single person on this list. But Yusuke Urameshi, man, he's fun to watch. He's just somebody that you're just like, damn, man, I want to see another great battle. Like, obviously there's a couple fillers, or not even fillers, just episodes where they're just finding things out, but you're like, damn, I can't wait to see him fighting him, because he makes it entertaining. You see what I'm saying? So that's my number 4, Yusuke Urameshi. Number 3 is Kenshin Himura, RUROUNI Kenshin. Don't even know if I'm saying that right. So I'm just gonna give you a little backstory on the anime. So Kenshin Himura is the protagonist, and he is formerly known as the Batosai, which is the name that was given to him for all of his efforts during the Great War, where he was known as a manslayer. So, you know, you're sitting there, you might be sitting there thinking, well, how is this guy a main character? What is this, like, just another gore? No. Throw that out the window. Because this main character took it upon himself to change his ways. He didn't need an event. He didn't need this. He didn't need whatever. He took it upon himself to start using a reverse blade sword, which nobody back then, you know, used because it was counterproductive to what you did. You know, if you were a manslayer, or if you were in a war, or if you were a guard or whatever, why would you use a reverse blade sword? Because if you hit somebody, nothing's gonna happen. You know, I mean, they'll get knocked out, but that's not the end result you're trying to get. So he's a great main character because he shows you that just because you had to do a lot of things in the past you aren't proud of, doesn't mean you can't grow as a person. And he does, and he ends up saving more people than I think he even, took care of in the Great War. So he's one of those like gentle types. Like he's like, you're like, dude, how is this guy, that guy? But when he gets pushed, by these villains that are trying to recreate this old regime, he just turns into something you're just like, can he be that 24/7? But it's a great anime to watch. It's another older anime, just like Yu Yu Hakusho. So if you got a problem with the little minor, not cosmetics or whatever, get over it, bro. That kind of stuff is, get over it. That's my number 3, by the way. My number 2 is ASTA Black Clover. So where do I begin with ASTA? So he's the main character of the anime Black Clover, where it's an anime set in like a world where magic is king. And what kind of anime would it be if at least one person in the world didn't have magic? And guess who that person is? Our guy. He's he's like in his teens or something. He wants to become the Wizard King, and it's great to see his resilience and his optimism. Like, I feel like everybody should be a little bit more like Asta, because if we all had that, can-do attitude, that never give up attitude, the world might be a better place. But he's just funny to watch, but also he's cold-hearted when it's when it's crunch time. He's trained to go. Like, it's crazy. He doesn't, I'm not going to say he doesn't have character development, but he doesn't take a journey like the last few people did. Like, he is who he is. He's unapologetically loud. He's one of those kind of people. If you have somebody like that in your life that's loud, always optimistic, they're Asta. He's unapologetically loud, and he doesn't care who you are. As long as you show him respect, he'll show you respect. Just like everybody should be. So, it's fun to watch him because the way he interacts with the people in his anime, they're great, like salt and pepper. They go well together. And he's just the loud, rambunctious guy that you just need to just throw in, boom, just, like just that last little piece of a scene. He's just in there, and it's great. He's also one of, he's number 2, which is, really high up, because he's incredibly strong, and he gets stronger through the anime. He progresses that way. He doesn't have magic, so I'm not gonna tell you what he does have to get him stronger. But if you look at the picture that's up there, you'll see some things, but you won't really understand. You're like, what? How does he? It's crazy. Just say that Black Clover is a newer anime because it's still coming out, it's still being produced. So definitely catch up on it. It's a great anime to watch. It's fun. There's a lot of fighting. It's newer. There are some times where people are going really fast, and the anime or the animation gets kind of, they could have done better. But at the same time, me personally, I'm not a cosmetic guy. I don't really care. Like, as long as it's not pixelated. I mean, I'm sure there's an anime out there that's pixelated, but as long as this anime or that anime or whatever isn't pixelated, I don't care. But yeah, number 2 is Asta. Go watch Black Clover. Let me know what you think about him. My number one is Son Goku, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, and Dragon Ball Super. I couldn't put that all up because it made the text look funky, but you know what I'm saying. Now, I think everybody in the world knows who Goku is. I think everybody in the world knows what Dragon Ball Z is. Like, I can talk to people, I have talked to people who aren't anime fans, but I'll be like, do you know who Goku is? But yeah. He's just that universally recognized, and the creators and the writers and everybody who's ever attributed to Goku should be thanked, because they've dropped some gems through him that are just ridiculous. Now, obviously, off the top of my head, I can't remember him, and I should have wrote them down, but look up what Goku said, and like look up quotes by Goku, and you'll be amazed. Now, Goku, he's honestly my favorite anime character of all time. You know, Dragon Ball Z is the anime I got started on, so this whole list is biased, but this is extremely biased. Like, nobody even had a chance. When I was thinking, I was like, one, Goku. He's just the greatest. He trains a lot, eats a lot, sleeps a lot, beats up bad guys, and takes care of his family. Like, what more can you ask for? He's funny. Everybody around him is always having a good time. Whenever they have filler episodes, it's funny. Like, they're having fun. It's not these, tedious chores. That's like, Like, one of the greatest anime filler episodes is when Piccolo and Goku go get their license. Funniest thing you'll ever see. Like, I'll see an anime filler now, and I'll be like, oh, man, they could have either done better, or we didn't need this episode. There's a lot of the big animes, too, that do this. And it gets on my nerves, because I'm like, bro, I get it that y'all are trying to extend this and get more money, and obviously you need to add some parts from the manga, or whatever. But there's a lot of unnecessary filler episodes. I'm sorry. But when Dragon Ball Z does it, especially if Goku's involved, it's going to be a fun episode. It's going to be fun. Dragon Ball Super was amazing, or is amazing. There's rumors that they're, still going to continue it. I mean, they just had they had the Broly movie. Now they need to continue it. But I'll keep my fingers crossed, because I need more Dragon Ball. But Goku, I could talk about him for an hour, but I want y'all to see the rest of my videos. So please like, share, subscribe. Tell me an anime you want me to review, or a top 5 list of anything. I did villains. This is the main characters. If you want me to do intros, outros, powers, universes, whatever you want me to do, let me know, and keep watching.